President-elect Trump shaking things up with his nomination of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General.
Yeah, the choice is getting some pushback. The Wall Street Journal editorial board says, quote, Mr. Trump lauded Mr. Gaetz' law degree from William and Mary, but it might as well be a doctorate in outrage theater.
So I'm guessing that's a no from the Wall Street Journal. Doug Collins is a former congressman who spent years working with Gaetz on the House Judiciary Committee, and he joins us now. Doug, great to see you as always. Do you like the Gaetz pick?
I think it's an interesting pick. I think it's one that Donald Trump has come with all of his picks to say, look, we're taking a new approach to Washington, D.C. We're not going to go the same way. We're not going to talk about the same answers. And I think that's just, going to be the interesting thing. Now, is the Gaetz pick going to come with no controversy? No, of course, because Matt has been very outspoken about what he believes. He's been one who has been on the front line, and he's also been pointing the finger a lot at DOJ. And I think the bigger story here, Carly and Todd, is the issue of DOJ. DOJ has got to be fixed. As someone who had to deal with it for years, DOJ is inherently become political and broken at the very core of what America needs.
Okay, so some Fox News reporters who work on Capitol Hill are reporting that even some MAGA senators aren't pleased with the Gaetz pick because of the ethics investigation in the House against him. As well as he led that charge against House Speaker Kevin McCarthy when he was House Speaker. Some saw that as for personal reasons and for his own political gain. So what do you think is going to happen leading up to the nomination? What will that look like? And if he doesn't get picked, he resigned in the House. So does he then no longer be a senator? He's just out of a job entirely?
He's resigned from Congress.
Yeah.
So he's
Congress.
Yeah, it's Congress. Yeah, he's out of the House, so he is completely out, which also terminates the ethics investigation as well. The minute he left Congress yesterday, terminated the ethics investigation into his activity. So I think that's over with. Look, I think it'll probably be a bumpy ride. I think some senators already come out, talking about this. The media will definitely, because he has been such a magnet for the vicious fight that he's taken up many times against what he calls the deep state and what many have been frustrated with Washington. He's also a fierce loyalist of Donald Trump. So he's going to pick up a lot of flack here. It'll be an interesting ride to see what happens in the next, 10 weeks or so.
Yeah, there's talk from some corners that this is a pick that he's putting out there so that he can drop Gaetz in order to negotiate to get his other nominees through. There's other talk that this is all a 4D chess to set Gaetz up for governor of Florida in 2026. We will see. It's wild stuff. In the meantime, let's go to the Tulsi Gabbard nomination. Former CIA official and Virginia outgoing Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger slamming the Gabbard nomination, writing, quote, as a former CIA case officer, I saw the men and women of the U.S. intel community put their lives on the line every day for this country, and I'm appalled at the nomination of Tulsi Gabbard to lead DNI. Not only is she ill-prepared and unqualified, but she traffics in conspiracy theories and cozies up to dictators like Bashar al-Assad and Vladimir Putin. Shouldn't that be taken as a good sign that Tulsi Gabbard's going to shake things up in the intel community when somebody from the deep state raises these kinds of concerns, Doug?
Wow, I'm so shocked that the person running for governor of Virginia is upset about a former Democrat but getting appointed to an intelligence agency position. Look, this is much outrage about nothing. Look, Tulsi Gabbard called out her own party. She called out the very things that Abigail Spanberger is defending here. But it's also sort of interesting to me that she would attack a veteran, someone who has served our military in deployment, someone who I've known personally for a number of years, because she doesn't like, quote, her beliefs on some things. Is that not what this country is about? You're able to speak your beliefs. You're able to articulate those beliefs. But Tulsi comes with a record that Donald Trump has seen and others have seen that puts her to record to say, let's question some of this stuff. I think you've hit a theme here, Todd. I think this is an interesting part. Is it not okay to question government agencies? Is it not okay to say, hey, we need to take an honest look at the executive branch and many of these agencies, just as we take a look at Congress and others, because people are tired of what they've seen the same ways. I came in with Tulsi Gabbard in 2012, 2013. I've known her for many years. She is an Army veteran. I'm an Air Force veteran. We've had a lot of discussions about that, and I think she'll ask the right questions. But it's also interesting to me that, like I said, a Democrat running for governor in Virginia all of a sudden has a problem with a Democrat who called them out.
Understood.
Yeah. And of course, Marco Rubio also nominated to serve as Secretary of State. It looks like that one will go through the nomination process without any issues. Doug, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Doug.
Have a great day.
Hey, it's always good to be with y'all. Take care.
Good to be with you, too.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.